Hi, I'm Hannah Cochran, and today I'm going to talk about students with visual impairments and things that you can do in your classroom to help them or to help make accommodations for them. So, what does it mean to be a student with a visual impairment? So, the textbook for this class defines a visual impairment as an impairment in vision that, even with correction, adversely affects a child's educational performance. So, approximately 0.05% of a student population will have a visual impairment. And these impairments can range from mild to pretty severe. And there's two definitions. There's the legal definition, which is based on an acuity assessment information. So basically with that, if a student scores less than 20 over 200, they would be deemed legally blind. And with that, it means that that student can see from 20 feet what a student without a visual impairment can see at 200 feet. So that's quite a difference. And for the educational difference, it's based on how well the student can learn to read. And there's different causes for visual impairments, and these can be things like glaucoma, cataracts, or diabetic retinopathy, and there's a lot of other causes. Okay, there's a lot of challenges that happen when a student has a visual impairment, and one of the biggest things is learning to read, and a lot of times these students will learn to read Braille. Also language development, because also goes along with not being able to see. Mobility, so getting around places, locating objects in the classroom, and also completing assignments and tests. So with those kinds of things, you'll want to give them extra time. Okay, strategies for working with visually impaired students. Having them use enlarged fonts to read with, and also using Braille or audio recordings is helpful. Walking with a cane, and having someone to read questions to them, like for a test, and also somebody who can write down those questions can also be helpful. And getting technology that converts print to Braille is also helpful. Okay, so classroom application. There are a lot of ways that we can help to accommodate for students with visual impairments, and some of those ways are having them read with enlarged fonts and using like bold lined paper. Magnification lenses are also really helpful. Utilizing tactile and your auditory senses during lessons, so having like things that the student can physically hold. Also, 3D models help with conceptual understanding a lot. Make sure that the classroom has clear walkways and they're wide enough for the student to get through without like tripping over backpacks and things like that. Also, another important thing is to assign students and to go over a procedure for things like emergencies or other safety procedures, just to make sure that everybody knows what to do in those situations. And also to help the student get familiar with the classroom before going into it, making sure that they know where things are located, and also let them know if there's any layout changes to the classroom. Okay, just a few more things. Make sure that you have enough space or like an area where you can put things like Braille or other equipment that student may need. using technology like projection microscopes, closed circuit television, scanners, and other equipment to convert print to braille is really helpful. When you're giving instructions, you want to be very specific, and also they say that using time orientation is also helpful, and also giving extra time for assignments or tests. Okay, so working with parents is extremely important because you always want to make sure that they feel like their child is safe and is being understood, and that you're doing the best of your ability to help them to succeed. So what I would do with parents is to just meet with me and a special education teacher, and we would just talk about what the best strategies going forward to make sure that the student is getting all of their educational needs met in ways that we can accommodate for. I would also describe all of the different ways that I would accommodate for their child, and I would ask for their feedback. So if there's anything else that they would want me to do, I would definitely be flexible for that. And I think flexibility is another really important thing. Just be flexible and open, and I would just try to have an open communication with that student's parents. Okay, and those are my references. Thank you for watching. Bye.